Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Mike.
Spencer.
I'm Dan.
And this is the Board Game Rundown. Today we're going to talk to you about Smart 4, published by those guys. This is the Red Dot winner of 2023, and so that's a international board that gives us award to like best concept design, so on and so forth. Smart 4 is essentially Connect 4, but better. Definitely better. Because in Smart 4, what you're doing is you're trying to connect 4, but you can do it horizontally, vertically, diagonally, or ascending. So and these can stack up to 5 high.
3 dimensions.
And so you really have to like burn your brain on like how this bad boy works, because I mean, it's so easy to not see a move, right? Or for your opponent to not see a move that you're doing. And so you can play this in head-to-head. It's pretty straightforward. You just pick the 2 people, and then it's going to basically tell that person to go first. They're going to place their thing. You just push it down. It's like a little button, and then it tells you that the next person can go back and forth until somebody wins. If you decide to play AI, there's, against the AI, there's 3 different versions. 1 is hard enough, but 2 and 3, I've had my friend go through and really try, it's difficult but fun, and so yeah, if it's this, you go first, human player goes first, and then it's gonna light up on the side here, and it's gonna indicate with the color what row, right? So the arrow's gonna tell you the row, and then it's gonna tell you what color to put their piece in. Then you can go anywhere you want, and then it's gonna go.
Wrong.
Oh, if you go wrong, yeah,
It goes, stop doing that.
please stop doing that. I will lose horribly.
Stupid humans.
To the computer real quick. Yeah, so look, obviously it's going to go orange, and now it doesn't matter if I go purple or red, because now it's going to go here and win the game. And it's going to light up, and it's going to tell you where, it's going to blink in the colors or flash in the rows and tell you where it won. So you're going to know why the winning piece was played, right? Or what triggered it. And that's pretty much the game. It plays very straightforward. I play this with my kids. My kids will play against each other. My in-laws that really like brain-burning puzzles, I basically put it in his lap. I go, hey man, try to beat this thing. And it became an obsession with him for a little while. So it's kind of fun to watch. But that's my experience with it. I've had a really good time with it, and have enjoyed this quite a bit. Spencer, what do you think?
Like it says, it's 6 and up. Yeah, that's about right. But it's thinky enough that that's for anybody. I kind of want to play it and see if I can actually beat the thing.
I knew that this was going to get you, Spencer.
Yeah.
I knew
this is my kind of game.
When I put it in front of you, and I'm like, here you go. And the first time you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then the second time you're like, oh,
yeah.
Okay.
The first time I mistakenly thought it was Connect 5 because I'm an idiot. The second time it's just you need to play it a couple times to start getting the spatial awareness of, oh, this is 3 up and this one is 2 up, and see those moves. And I just made a dumb mistake because I wasn't looking properly.
Yeah, Dan and I watched you,
that.
and we're like,
why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Like, it's because I made a dumb mistake.
it's okay.
But the more you play, you're going to start not making those mistakes, and then you're going to have a pretty good game, pretty funky thing. And I kind of want it.
Yeah, I appreciated how the strategy there, and it's nice because like when we first got this, it's at my house, and I'm like eating breakfast, and I'm just trying it, and I get it. Well, I lost. I can just play again. I can just try it, and it's so easy to just keep going, and do another game really quick.
And I like these guys; they stack together, so they're not going to go flying around.
Right.
The
They
place.
don't like stick.
They don't stick.
Right.
Yeah, and it weighs like 1.5 pounds.
Yeah, it's not very heavy.
So this is really easy.
Well, 1.37 pounds.
Yeah, 1.38 pounds.
Yeah.
And you'd be able to take this to a trip. It's as easy to take out somewhere.
Yeah, very mobile. It would be travel friendly with the way the
Absolutely.
pieces interlock. So,
I like
Dan.
So slight caveat immediately. If this thing is like crazy overpriced, don't get it. If this thing's crazy underpriced, get it. Now for my thoughts. This thing's awesome. Like there's gonna be 2 thoughts in the comments right now. Either it's just Connect 4, guys. Yeah, you're right. And the other
3D
person's saying,
Connect
"Oh,
4.
this is cool technology," and you're right. You guys are both right. And it works flawlessly, and I'm so happy with it. This is not like for me. I don't play solo games. I don't really play abstract strategy games. So even if I did this 2 players, I just don't really do that. Like, and at the end of the day, you're playing Connect 4. Now you're playing a cool 3D version, and I tend to, I don't like brag on the show very much, right? I try not to. I tend to have a very good spatial awareness. Like games that are about controlling where things are and how they interact with each other, like I tend to have a lot of fun with those. It's one of the reasons why, while I don't like abstract strategy, I loved Garinto that we've reviewed before.
Right. Yep.
I really liked the way the spatial stuff worked in that game. And you have that kind of thing here where you're playing Connect 4, but it's horizontal, it's in any normal direction, horizontal, vertical, diagonal, right? But on any level, so if your second levels are 4 in a row, then that counts, right? And then you can also do vertical, which is nice, and then you can do ascending, which is probably the hardest one. Like when people say it's hard to keep track, I think that's mainly the one they're talking about, because it is difficult to keep track of ascending in all the different directions, right? But at the end of the day, if you like abstract strategy, if you and your partner or you and your family member or you and your friend really like playing 2-player head-to-head abstract strategy games, this takes a very basic game, ups it to an interesting level, and then adds a flawlessly working AI.
Yeah.
This thing, so not only does it work, like when you put a piece down, it knows you put that piece down, and it will remember you put that piece down, but also it plays against you in an intelligent way. It's somehow programmed, to know how to play Connect 4 according to these rules with the vertical and stuff. So it knows where you're placing, okay, I need to place the vertical one here. Like again, it's just a flawless working AI that I think adds a really cool element to this game. So if you like this kind of stuff, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Also, that AI is, I appreciate it because if you're playing head to head, one of you might not realize you've won, but the AI will know.
Right.
It'll
Or
tell
you
you.
might accidentally make not an illegal move, because you can't do that in this
it'll
game,
warn
but
you.
stuff
Well,
like
you could
that.
if you try to stack a 6 on top.
Oh, that's true.
It will
That's
tell
true.
you.
That is an illegal move, right? So yeah. So again, very helpful for that
Yep.
kind of stuff.
Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, this kind of game is made for someone like me, because I like games that give me a low rules overhead and a lot of depth, and this game does that very well. Because, yeah, it's an extra layer to Connect 4. And the first time you play it, you may not see somebody's working on winning, and you just miss it. You just don't actively see it. I mean, I let Tim run up a stack of 4 on me, which should be the easiest way to win. But it just, my brain just was not going, oh, okay,
Right.
he's almost about to win, and I did nothing about
You
it.
kind of have to program your thinking.
It's also funny because that's technically the normal way to win Connect 4
Oh,
is
like-
the vertical
because
slide.
they
Right.
played on a vertical.
And playing Connect 4, that's like the most obvious thing to see coming. And then
Yes.
here, I didn't
I am
even
a
see it
master of the
coming.
obvious.
But, me doing smart moves while I'm, I guess, learning a game is not things that go in synonymously. So, yeah, this is great. This is a game I'd want to play like 4 or 5 times in a row. I really appreciate what this game does and how simple it is to play. And yeah, anybody that has kids or family members that want to try something simple that is yet still satisfying, this definitely accomplishes that.
And you know what just occurred to me? Like, this game would be perfect if you roll into game night late and everybody's kind of started a game and they're like, hey, we got like 20 minutes. You're the only one.
Oh,
just
yeah.
bust this out and you could just play this on solo. You could lose really quick and then play it twice. Or, maybe you take your time and you actually try to figure it out. But no, this game is like perfect for that situation as well. Yeah, I've just had a lot of time. The time that I spent with this, I've just had a lot of fun playing it and kind of interacting with it. And then after getting stomped to the ground by it, I like to hand it to other people and be like, okay, so like,
He's letting us
how did you do with this? But no, I was excited. They reached out to us and said, hey, would you guys be interested in checking this out? I said, of course. And I believe we are going to have a coupon code in the link. So when this goes live and is for sale, there will be a coupon code for you. So if it is too expensive,
Right.
hopefully then it is less expensive.
Yes, that would help, because these kind of devices with such good working AI, they do tend to be up there in price. And then when someone's saying, oh, I just want a 2-player game, I can see where the argument lies in. But again, if this is a reasonable price, I think this is awesome.
And
I'm
I
really
hope so.
glad you agreed to this one, because like a lot of the time, you'll hear about like a new Monopoly or a new Risk or a new, like all these Clue,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or you'll see a new game that's like, oh, this is kind of like a reiteration of Clue, you know, like it's the same basic concept, but you're doing this, and like I'm never excited for those. There's some good ones, you know. We played 13 Clues recently, which is kind of a spin on Clue, and it was really fun, right? So sometimes you get those, but it's always kind of hesitant. And
Yeah.
so if I was just told, oh, there's a new Connect 4 out, Dan, that like adds some new rules, I'd be like, ugh. And then I see how they implemented those new rules and how the AI works here, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I had a chance to play this. Like, thanks for reaching out.
And
this is awesome.
Yeah, and it's also very appealing presentation. And I
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
this
colors,
is
the board. It
beautiful.
looks
That-
great.
That modern look, like it has that smartphone
Yeah.
look, right? That very clean modern. I love that.
I
look,
really
for
like
sure.
it, and that everything we've already said, the way the lights indicate
Mm-hmm.
the moves and things like that, and the whose turn it is, all those things I really enjoy. It's really simple. You want to pick a mode. Oh, I don't want to play that mode. I want to play this mode. I mean, it's literally like it just works the way you think it should, and it does it right away. No problems. It's such a low bar to entry.
Have you had to change the batteries yet?
Not yet.
Cool.
So that's good too, right? But anyways, guys, this has been Smart 4. I mean, we all had a really good time with this, and I was glad we had the opportunity to check it out. So for the board game rundown, I've been Tim.
Mike.
Spencer.
Dan.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.